Silver is really shiny. Is there a physical cornering ahead? Udo, welcome here. And silver, is back in the mode, and silver is really running now. What's up?
Yeah, like gold, we like silver, the little brother, as much nearly as gold. And silver has a familiar turnaround this year and went up till above $21. And there are many reasons to own silver, and I think silver looks technically very interesting, and we had the downtrend broken. We had a nice consolidation pattern over several months, and now we are on the bull up move. And till 11th of August, we had a performance of 42% in US dollar, which is basically the best asset so far this year. So I think we have to stay long silver.
Fantastic. So technically wise speaking, the indicators are positive. Can you give us a short idea on this chart, please?
Absolutely. If you look at the chart, you see that we had a long time resistance around $18, and that resistance has been taken out with the last move, and now we are kind of consolidating between $22 and $18, but now the $18 per ounce is now really good support. And I think there's technical potential if we take the $22 out to move higher up to 30 and finally go to the old highest, 50, maybe even higher later on in the next couple of years.
Next couple of years. Okay, that was what I wanted to ask about, the time frame probably, because that's fantastic. Silver-gold ratio, also very important indicator.
Absolutely.
What does it look like?
Yeah, I think if you look at the short-term chart where you see silver against gold, so you see how that downtrend was broken. That's very important short-term to just confirm the bull market in silver. This is same with small cap stocks. And if you look at the long-term chart where you see the typical gold-silver ratio, so how many silver ounces are needed to buy 1 ounce of gold, you see that around 80, 90, there's kind of a top, and we just hit that top again, and now we are on the down move again. We are now at about 66, 67, and this is a very important confirmation that we are kind of on the move of risk on. So a risk on means gold-silver ratio is going to favor of silver. The small caps are outperforming the big caps. Commodities are coming back. Basically, inflation is coming back. That's the message, and not the deflation fear we had for so many years. But we are still in very early stages.
Okay. Well, deflation is coming back also, which is, let's swap a little bit to the physical demand, because I think this is very outstanding. Physical demand this year really surged. It exploded nearly, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But it's not just this year. If you look at that chart, which is a very long-term chart since I think 2000, you see how the physical demand for coins is exploding since basically the start of the financial crisis in 2008. And since that, the physical demand is just rising and rising. And it's just not coins. If you see with the next slide, that the industrial demand for silver is just growing and growing. It's not only the solar industry for solar panels. There are so many industrial applications with silver. Silver is the strongest antibacterial device with silver ions and nanoparts. So it's lots of uses in the high tech and medical technology, in the healthcare, in the chemical industry, in this kind. So there are many uses where silver is increasingly used as healthcare, like your t-shirt, your socks. There are silver ions in there to help fight against our own bacteria. We smell better when we go out at night. So.
I thought we use perfume for that.
That's history. Now silver.
Okay, great. I like that. Fantastic. Well, silver, of course, not only antibacterial, but you are a fund advisor. So how do you invest? What you are doing with silver then? Yeah,
we invest not direct in physical silver. We invest in silver stocks, and we try to find there are not too many pure silver plays or silver producer. As you probably know as well, most of the silver is a byproduct. 70% of silver production is byproducts from copper and gold. So there are not many poor silver plays, but one of the silver stocks we like actually is Endeavour Silver, and I think we met that Bradford Cook and St. Gallen. He came to visit our office, and he makes I think, a really good job. They are producing, quite expensive. That must be stated. But when the silver price keeps on going,
costs went down significantly now.
Costs went down, and that's a nice leverage. So we have to know that all the mining companies have a leverage. They have certain production costs, and if the price goes above this production cost, you have automatic leverage, and that gives just a phenomenal performance this year for many silver stocks, as well as Endeavour Silver, which is one of our core investments in the silver industry.
Great. And beside Endeavour, also we should talk maybe a little bit about COMEX and the extreme situation on the futures exchange, right?
Yeah, that's same with gold, and their extreme positioning in the COMEX, which is the New York Commodity Exchange, where there is so-called smart money. Institutionals are short like never before in silver contracts, and the so-called dumb money is long. The basic view is saying more or less, if the smart money is heavily short, they must know something, and that might be we wait for a big silver correction to come. But I think we think that's really dangerous, but the smart money has not ever always been right the last 15, 20 years. And if they have been heavily wrong, they must go back and buy the whole thing back, and that could make an acceleration of the upward.
Yeah, also what happens if, let's say, the holders of the futures want the demand physical?
That's another point, a big risk for the short guys. And another big risk is that the biggest whale or the biggest shark in the pool with, we know which player is supposedly long about 500 million physical ounces of silver. So there could be a corner looming. And if that's the case, and one of the guys who is watching the silver market very closely for many years, Ted Butler, is kind of proposing that that could be the case. And I think if the whale is now long silver, you should be on the side of the big whale.
Absolutely. Great. Fantastic. Silver looks good. Udo, thank you very much for the interview.
Yeah,
thanks.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Udo Sutterluety, fund advisor of the Sunares Sustainable Natural Resources Fund, and he's doing this together with his partner Colin Moore out of London. And yeah, you heard it. Silver is shiny. Silver is the little brother of gold, and silver is something you should own and need. I'm your host Jochen Steiger from Commodity TV in partnership with Dukascopy TV. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Geneva.